What's going on, everybody? This is Joe, and I am here live at the Secrets of Strixhaven pre-release here at Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York, and I am here today to open all 5 of the schools, colleges, whatever you want to call it, here at Strixhaven, or from Strixhaven. And I mean, there's no like specific order that I'm going to be doing it in. I'm just going to do it in whatever order I grab them in. I will be showing off the boxes. Usually it's like, oh, I'm going to be opening multiple and I'm not going to show off the boxes, but they're all different. You can see that in the background there. The backs are different as well. So we can check these out. We're going to open them up. It's going to be great. Pardon the Band-Aid. I have an injury. It's fine. I'll be okay. On the top, it just, shows the color pair and the name of the school. And then the bottom is all the legalese. Nobody cares about that, right? And then on the inside, oh wow, the very small print this time, it says, "Speak freely, but know the power of your words." Very cool. And so, on the inside, we've got, what's her name, Abigail, right? Something like that. The counters are this color. Very cool. And then even the like inserts, there's no, these usually have the magic symbol on them, maybe on the other side. I'll have to double check, but anyway, let's get this box out of here if we can. There we go. There is no magic symbol on the other side, but it does say prepared. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Can you? Kind of? It's a little glary. But it says prepared, and it's got like a little symbol. So you can put that on your prepared cards, or I guess under them, maybe. But yeah, we will leave that on the side. The inside of the box basically just looks the same. Ah, okay. And each school or college has its own unique D20. Whoops. I could just roll it at you. With the set or the watermark as the 20. That's awesome. So we'll leave that on the side too. With this being specifically a Silver Quill pack or box, we've got a seeded pack and then 5 other packs or randomized packs, and they are back to doing multiple different pack arts in this set, so I thought that was kind of interesting. We've got the insert that they give you. That's kind of cool. Leave that on the side, and the oh, that's actually the divider. This is the insert that tells you how to make a pre-release deck. I won't show this side of it off, but it gives you all the draft archetypes, but I guess each one is going to have the different art on it, so that's kind of cool too. But again, something that we'll see many times, I suppose. Here's our seeded pack, right? It's in clear plastic as opposed to the regular packs. And we're going to open it because usually, it's just the promo. It looks like we're going to get 2 promos, though, because notably, this promo foil rare that's on top is not playable in solely Silver Quill. This is Black Loafing Pest as a foil rare promo. And I say promo, but they moved away from doing the promos with the stamps on them, so this is will be the same as any other Blech that anybody opens in foil. So anyway, we've got Blech Loafing Pest as our rare, and it's as our foil rare, and it's from Witherbloom. So not you could splash green for this, I suppose, which is not terrible. It's going to be hard to move cards with this thing, isn't it? Here is our rare in our colors for Silver Quill, and it is Nita, Forum Conciliator. Obviously, we'll see in the other kits if it has to be a gold card as your rare, or if it can be like mono black or mono white. I'd be curious to see. But this card is pretty cool. We have a Silver Quill Charm as well, because obviously, if you're unfamiliar with what a seeded pack is, sorry, I didn't specify. A seeded pack is going to be cards that you can play if you choose to play Silver Quill, which, of course, if you're asking for that particular pre-release kit, is the colors that you're trying to play. So it's going to be white, black, or colorless. And then, of course, your promo is kind of whatever. So, but Silver Quill Charm, very good card. Come on. We have a Killian's Confidence. I joked, it's like, kill them with confidence. Like, I think that's the joke there, but also, this is just a very good card, so there's that. It was Abigail, I was right. Abigail, Poet Laureate, is our next uncommon in the seeded pack. And that's really good. And our first instance of Prepared. We talked about Prepared a minute ago. Inkling Mascot, also a very good card. Harsh Annotation as an uncommon. Good one. Destroy target creature. Removal is very important, especially in Silver Quill that cares about you targeting things. Imperious Ink Mage, I mentioned during our stream. I'll talk about that more in a minute. I'm not in love with this card. I think it's fine. But maybe you disagree. Let me know in the comments. This card I like. The Honor-Bound Page. Again, the Prepared spell on it, very, very good, and it's a 3/3 first strike on its own right, so that's wonderful. A Masterful Flourish. This is also an incredible card in Silver Quill. Absolutely incredible. We have an Eager Glyph Mage that makes the Inklings. That's cool. I like that. Cost of Brilliance. So draw 2, lose 2. I've played that at 3 mana before at sorcery speed, but this also puts a +1/+1 counter on a creature, which means that it targets, and so it triggers Repartee, which is the Silver Quill ability. There's Rehearsed Debater. Speaking of Repartee, this guy has Repartee on him, and this is a very good card, so I really like this. We have Shattered Acolyte. While it is white and it's got lifelink, that's cool. The Witherbloom cards, so if you're splashing green, some of the Witherbloom cards do care about whenever you gain life, right? So this lifelinker could help out with that. So just something to note. There is a Forum of Amity, which is the common Silver Quill land. So I guess you're probably just guaranteed to get this land because there's not more than one. Each of the schools has their own dual land, and I'm sure that you will get that in the land slot here. But obviously, I could be proven wrong very shortly. But we have at least one now, and we have two of these token or counter cards. So there's that. Now we'll get into the randomized packs themselves. We'll start with Quandrix here. Like I said, they're random. It doesn't matter, but like the different arts on the front is the thing. So we start with a playable one in this particular deck, an Eager Glyph Mage. By the way, for folks that are unaware of how I typically do things in these videos, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe start your comment, but don't finish it until the video's over. But let me know if you would play Silver Quill out of this pre-release kit, because sometimes you can't, right? Sometimes all of these random packs, maybe they all have like a Lorehold rare or something, and I have to like kind of spec into Lorehold instead of Silver Quill or Splashing Black or something like that. But we can talk about that. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments for sure. But we have another Eager Glyph Mage, very nice. We have a Run Behind, another removal spell. I mean, it's a bounce spell, but still, it's very good. We have Tome Blast, more targeting. We have Shopkeeper's Bane. This guy, you want to be putting +1/+1 counters on him, I guess, with, although he does gain life as well, right? So that works really well with Witherbloom, but also the fact that you could put counters on him works with Quandrix. Like, they did a really good job of having the monocolored cards, unless it like literally specifies, like this one shows, shows Lorehold on it, but it's also a sorcery, so it works with Prismari too. So, yeah. They did a great job of making these monocolored cards kind of work for all archetypes that contain that color. We have a Pull from the Grave. Why not? We have a Potioner's Trove. If you are splashing, this is a way to do it, and it gains you life. Cares about only if you've cast instants or sorceries, but you could probably do that in Witherbloom, right? You've got Terrafractal. I love the name of this card so much. Plus, I'm a Quandrix at heart. If you haven't watched our other video that probably came out at the exact same time as this one did, I encourage you to check it out. You'll see me in my Quandrix shirt. I was wearing it during the stream as well. I'm a Quandrix through and through, so shout-outs. But Terrafractal is a cool card. We have Stress Dream as our first uncommon. Not bad at all. We have Lumeret's Favor as our second. None of these are really helping us in Silver Quill at the moment, but maybe we'll see some others. And, come on now, a Lorehold Charm. Definitely not what we're looking for, but notably, it is white-red, and we are white-black, so again, possibility of splashing for this one. I'm not necessarily looking for something to splash with or for, but in Sealed, it is a little bit easier, typically, to find a decent splash, and this type of a card that does a million different things based on whatever you need in the moment is probably a pretty good choice for something to splash. And then behind it, our rare, yes, is Aziza, Mage Tower Captain, and I guess another reason to talk about the possibility of splashing, because, like playing a, I'm trying to figure out which one's not going to work, a Prismari, card isn't going to be easy because you'd have to splash both of its colors, whereas at least this one shares a color with our school or our college. So very interesting. I mean, cares about instants or sorceries being cast to then copy them. Obviously that works better with Prismari to like splash into Prismari, but still something that we could at least consider if we want. There is a Mystical Archive card in every pack, at minimum one, because of course you could get one in foil as well. And there's a foil in every pack too. But so our Mystical Archive card is a Shared Roots. Again, not in our colors, but if we were splashing green, we could consider it. But, I mean, gorgeous art, by the way. Like, look at how cool that is. And it searches for a basic, so I guess even if we were splashing green, I probably wouldn't want this. Like, land fixing on your splash color is not going to be very helpful for you. Our foil is a foil Rehearsed Debater. Very nice. I would play this card for sure. Plus, it's gorgeous in foil. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And I actually, like I said, I really like this card. When we played it during our stream, it was really good. A Full Art Plains is a nice, or Island, excuse me. That's not a Plains at all. Is a really nice way to start. That's awesome. And an Inkling / Spirit token. So yes, I've mentioned it twice now. If you haven't seen it already, we streamed the early access streamer event playing this set on MTG Arena. We were sponsored by Wizards of the Coast for that one, and it was a lot of fun. We streamed for 9.5 hours. So if you have some time, feel free to go check it out. It is on the channel. Check the live tab if you can't find it, but it was a lot of fun. We have a Strife Scholar. And yeah, you get to kind of see the set. We did all 5 sealeds, one of each college, and we did 1 draft. So you'll get to see all types of limited that we played in that stream. We have an Efflorescence. I love this name, and the art's pretty cool too. We have a Melancholic Poet. This has repartee on it. It is from Silverquill. I would absolutely play it in this deck, and it's our first one too. We have Stone Docent. This one, more for lore hold for sure, just from being able to exile it from your graveyard. But it's a 3/1 for 2. If you look at your curve and you realize that you don't really have many 2-drops, play it. You know, it absolutely works in Silverquill still. Pest Mascot, the cycle of mascots, because we saw the Inkling mascot in our seeded pack, which is very good for Silverquill. This Pest Mascot is incredible for Witherbloom. Absolutely incredible. And I really like this card a lot. We have Biblioplex Tome Keeper. I don't love this card. It's a little expensive, but it does the thing. Like, if you get one of those mythics that comes with, like, you know, an Ancestral Recall or Swords to Plowshares, Lightning Bolt, etc., Demonic Tutor, and I don't remember what the last one is. Sorry, you can let me know in the comments. But anyway, if you have one of those and you really want to put one of these in, you absolutely can. I wouldn't go out of my way to do it, but it's a 4-mana 3/4 as well. It's not like the worst thing in the world. So, you know, there's that. We have Scolding Administrator, very nice, uncommon in our colors. I like it. Our first one of these, and this card is very good. Again, repartee, it can get counters on it. If it dies and had counters on it, it can go on something else. It has Menace to boot, like, really, really good card. For 2 mana, 2/2, like, very good. We have a Muse Seeker as our second uncommon, and a Thunder Drum Soloist as the third, which means our rare or mythic is... yeah, it is a Stirring Hope Singer. It literally shows the Silverquill symbol. It has repartee. It's a rare in Silverquill. This card gets in, no question. It's also lifelink, right? So we were talking about if we splashed Witherbloom. This does have, if we splashed for Witherbloom, this does have lifelink. Super helpful. And then, you know, if you cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature, it gets a +1/+1 counter, and it's a flying lifelinker. Like, yes, please. This card's wonderful. Our Mystical Archive. No, we have a... holy crap. Hell yeah, I am a Quandrix at heart, baby. I'll talk about our other opening in a little bit, so I can talk about this, but yes, we have Quandrix the Proof as our first mythic of the opening. It's my boy. It's the Elder Dragon Quandrix. I love it. I'm so happy. That's very nice. Now our Mystical Archive card is... Jesus, is a rare in Brain Freeze. Yes, please. I've heard many people excited about this card. That is wonderful. I will also point out, if you get this card and are playing a Prismari deck, like, it has Storm on it, but Prismari, the Elder Dragon, gives all of your spells, all of your instants and sorceries Storm, which is just amazing. We got to do that during our stream, and it was a lot of fun. Behind Brain Freeze, our foil is a, oh my god, this pack loves me. This a foil Silverquill Charm uncommon. Yes, please. That's incredible. It's also really good looking in foil, but I mean, you know, just it's a Silver Quill kit. Why would I not be happy about that? We also have a Paradox Gardens. Now, again, unfortunately, Quandrix not really playable in our kit, which is very unfortunate because we opened Quandrix. But still, Paradox Gardens is a cool looking land, that's for sure. And we have an Inkling / Spirit token. We are halfway through. We have opened 3 packs because the seeded pack obviously counts as one of your 6. And so now we are on to the latter half of this box. We are at Shopkeeper's Bane first. A Pull from the Grave again. A Johnny's Response, very nice. More removal, targeting, right? So works really well with repartee. So yes, please, gets in. Quick Study, love this artwork. Really, really cool. We have an Unsubtle Mockery, more targeting spells. Another Inkling Mascot, yes, please. Incredible. We have a Fractal Mascot. See? Cycle of Mascots. We've now seen 3 out of the 5. So Fractal Mascot, cool. Again, we're not really able to play Quandrix, but still a really cool card. We have Luen, Exchange Student for Witherbloom. There's the Pest Friend spell, as if and when Luen is prepared or becomes prepared, you can cast Pest Friend. Which is interesting. I can leave it. We have Blech over here as well for more pest type things. But again, I don't know that I see the need. I'm sure we're going to have enough Silver Quill stuff. But it's our first uncommon. We have Matter Bending Mage as the second. And hell yes, another Abigail Poet Laureate is the third. Very, very nice, getting hooked up for Silver Quill. Which means our next rare or mythic is a Pensive Professor. Not playable in this deck, but cool card. It's got Increment. Shoutouts to Quandrix. I love it. Behind it, our Mystical Archive is a Bitter Triumph. It is playable, and I would do it. Discard a card or pay 3 life, but you get to destroy a creature for 2 mana at instant speed. And again, it targets, which triggers repartee. This definitely gets in. Incredible open, even though it is an uncommon Mystical Archive. Our foil... Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll take a foil mythic. I will not complain about a foil mythic, even though it is not in our colors. Obviously, we could splash for it, but it is double red. I don't see it, but it doesn't matter. It is the Paradigm card in the set. But I mean, my God, that's awesome. Improvisation Capstone is our mythic lesson in foil in this pack. That's 2 mythics so far, 1 foil, 1 non-foil, and a Brain Freeze. This kit's pretty okay. Oh my God. Our land is a Fields of Strife. If we did talk about splashing red, this will help us quite a bit do so. And our token is an Elemental / Treasure token. That's hilarious. We still have 2 packs to go. I could not think of... Like, this is really cool. I like this kit in particular, and we still have 4 more kits to go. So dumb. All right, we have a Hydro Channeler, a Rearing Embermare, a Burrog Barrage, a great name on this card, a Terramorphic Expanse, again, if we're splashing, really helpful. We have a Cheerful Osteomancer with Raise Dead. It says target creature card, but I don't think it works for repartee, but you can let me know. But anyway, that's still cool. A 4-mana 4/2 that can Raise Dead something, which is quite nice. We have a Stadium Title Mage. Come on. There we go. We have an End of the Hunt. I didn't love this card when I saw it during the streamer event, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's a black uncommon, so I guess I would. Yeah, you know what? Why not? It worked out okay. Like, playing it early is a little bit better, maybe, but it also targets the thing with the greatest mana value, so it's pretty good. I'll retract my statement. I'm okay with this card, and it definitely gets in. I had to remind myself what it did. But that's our first uncommon. Flow State is our second. And Startled Relic Sloth is the third. Still not, like, being pulled towards red-white at all, but still. And then our rare or mythic is a... Oh, no, I lied. We had a 4th uncommon. Okay, good to know. I wasn't sure. I hadn't, like, really clocked that when I was opening doing the bigger opening that I'll talk about in a minute. But, okay, we have a 4th uncommon in Topiary Lecturer, which means now our rare or mythic is a Great Hall of the Biblioplex. Spend mana only to cast instants or sorceries. You can pay 5. If the land isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/4 wizard, and whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery, it gets +1/+0. Again, kind of screams Prismari to me, but I don't think I would put this in. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments. Behind it, our Mystical Archive is a sleight of hand. Very nice. Not bad at all. And our foil is a foil Pull from the Grave. Yeah, I mean, I would probably play one of these. I don't know that I would play a second, and if I did, I definitely wouldn't play a third. But we do have 3 so far, I think, in this kit. So, and if I were playing only one, I would absolutely play the foil one, just for style points. We have a regular Plains, first regular land in these kits, which is very nice, or these packs, which is very nice, by the way. And another counter card. And so, our final pack. I wanted to let everybody know, I was mentioning this big opening. If you haven't seen it yet on the channel as well, I have opened 4 cases of product from this set for Champion Card Collector here in Poughkeepsie, New York. As a reminder, in fact, the top link in the description down below will take you to Champion's website, and you should definitely come check out the store, check out their website, all that great stuff. But anyway, I did that big opening to open all the cards or the singles that the store was going to have available for purchase starting today, Friday, at the pre-release itself. And so hopefully you got a chance to check it out. If you didn't, please feel free. It's a long one, but it was 4 cases, 2 cases of play booster packs, 2 cases of collector booster packs or boxes. And hopefully you enjoy. It was a ton of fun to make, and we opened some incredible cards. We start with a Hydro Channeler in this last pack of this first kit. Rearing Embermare, Burog Barrage, another Terramorphic Expanse, interesting, another Cheerful Osteomancer. I don't think I would play a second one. I'm not even super psyched about the first one. We have a Potioner's Trove. There is a lot of fixing in this one, a lot of fixing. Like I said, I don't think we're going to need it, but there's an Imperious Ink Mage. Like, this is the card that, like, to make Silverquill, I would put both of them in, but like I said, I'm not like in love with it. So if I needed cuts, it would probably be towards the top of my list. We have a Thunderdrum Soloist as our first uncommon. A Spirit Call Enthusiast, yes please, as our second. Notably, there aren't like a ton of ways to make counters, I don't think, in this deck, which is a little unfortunate, but if you can ever get Scroll Boost, again, it's a targeting spell, so it works with all your repartee, it's very nice, plus it's a 3-mana 3/3, which is just good on its own. And a Teacher's Pest, which means our next, this is a hilarious art, I love it, I love this card, it's very good actually, which means our next card could be a rare mythic, I think it is. It is, and it's a Hardened Academic. Again, you know, could splash for it, but you want to play this early, right? It's got flying and haste, but I just don't see it. I don't see the need. But it's a cool card. I'm glad that we opened it, which means our Mystical Archive card is another Shared Roots. Okay. Duplicate Mystical Archive cards in the same kit is a little frustrating to me, but it's fine. Out of all the things, right? We're going to be opening 4 more kits. It's going to be fine. But behind Shared Roots, our foil is a Mindful Biomancer. This card is cool, obviously in Witherbloom for sure, and not for this particular kit, but I also don't love that foiling. It's just kind of all right. We have another Plains, but different art on this basic Plains, and a Fractal / Inkling. So, I mean, yeah, this was a very good kit to have opened. We got a lot of cool Silverquill stuff, but we also just got, like, good cards. We got a Mythic, a Foil Mythic. We got Quandrix. So yes, I was saying in that big opening, I opened a lot of like Quandrix-based cards, just because, and I felt like it was because I'm a Quandrix myself. But anyway, here is Prismari. I'll show off what the box looks like. You can see it all around. The top, if you're unaware, it's blue and red. Maybe just from the colors of the box you can tell that. Envision the masterpiece, but embrace iteration. Okay. And this is what the inside looks like with that artwork. The counters look like this, or that color. And again, it is prepared on the inside, which again is just the same color that we just saw. The inner art looks like this for the like elementals or whatever. It's pretty cool. We'll leave that on the side as well. Here's the box. We know that the inner box basically looks the same, so we don't have to worry about that. Here is the D20 with the Prismari symbol as the 20. Leave that off on the side with the Silver Quill one. Let's get our packs out of here. Okay. We have the packs. Those can go to the side. We have the insert, or the divider, I mean. Like that. And the insert, as we suspected, is literally the draft archetypes and the art. So probably won't need to show that any further, but apologies. But anyway, here is our seeded pack with our promo that could be any rare or mythic in the set. And I just want to point out, because I may have gotten a sneak peek of it, it's pretty good. We have a Professor Delianfell promo foil Planeswalker. Again, not really a promo, but a foil Planeswalker as our promo foil rare. Pretty good. Behind the Professor, our rare in Prismari is... Come on, you can do it. There it is. Okay, so we did learn that it does not need to be gold. So it is a Molten Core Maestro as our rare. And it does have the Opus ability, which is what we're going to be looking out for here in Prismari. It benefits you for casting any instants or sorceries. But if that instant or sorcery happens to be 5 or more mana, it gives you even more of a benefit. So something that we can look out for when we find spells in this kit that we opened today. So Molten Core Maestro. We then have a Prismari Charm. I assume we're going to get the Charm in every single one of them, but that's really awesome to get at least one. We have an Abstract Paint Mage. This card is phenomenal, by the way. 2 mana to cast only instants or sorceries. You do have to do it pre-combat because it is your first main phase. But still, you get 2 free mana every turn to use to cast spells. That's wonderful. There's a Vibrant Outburst. This is just a great card. Just a great card. Casting it like at the end of your opponent's turn, 3 damage to something, and then tap one of their things. Like you could kill a blocker, tap another one, and then take your turn and swing. Like there's a lot of really cool things you can do with this, and I like this card a lot. We have Campus Composer. I do not recall seeing this one yet, but I mean, 5 mana to make a 3/3. It does enter prepared, so you can play it as a 3/4 ward 2, and then on your next turn, hope to untap with it and make a 3/3. That's not bad with flying. I like that art a lot. I imagine that would be incredible in foil. We have an Elemental Mascot. This was very annoying when we had an opponent play multiples of these against us. So, I mean, getting multiples of these would be quite nice, because then we could be annoying to our opponents. That'd be fun, huh? We have a Stadium Title Mage. I just opened one in the last kit. It looks like he is... I was talking about this. It looks like he's got like a tube of toothpaste that he's squeezing out. I don't fully understand why or what's going on there, but it does, right? Doesn't it? Anybody else? He's squeezing a tube of toothpaste and it's like spiraling. It's real weird. We have a Goblin Glasswright. This is a cool card. I mean, you know, early drops are helpful, and then being able to make a treasure, like, you know, and then it's just a 2-mana 2/2 to sit there and just be a serviceable creature for you. So, not bad at all. We have a Muse's Encouragement to pay 5 mana at instant speed to make one of the mascots, right? One of the 3/3 blue and red elementals with flying and Surveil 2. Why not? Why not? We're at Deluge Virtuoso. This is a good one. Again, 3-drop, but does like everything this deck wants to be doing. It's got the Opus ability, but also taps something down and puts a stun counter on it when it comes in. Very, very good card. Run Behind, we were talking about this one earlier. Bounce to the top or bottom of their library. It's their choice, but again, it's a spell, so it triggers all your Opus. Like, it's not quite 5, but still pretty good. And then Seize the Spoils. Yes, please. Discard a card, draw 2 cards, and make a treasure, so very, very good. We have Landscape Painter, which enters prepared. It's a 2-mana 2/1, but it does have a 5-mana spell stapled to it because it enters prepared. So you would get your better Opus ability, which is nice. And a Spectacle Summit. It is the land. It was expected. And another one of the counter cards. Next, we have one of the Prismari packs, which makes sense for a Prismari kit. Although the last one had like a lot of Quandrix packs, so that didn't make a lot of sense, except that we opened Quandrix in that box, so, you know, whatever, right? We have Last Gasp. Not good for that kit, but a good card nonetheless. We didn't get any of these in Silver Quill. Come on now. We have an Ascendant Dusk Speaker. Another one. A Dust Speaker, excuse me. Another one that we didn't get in Silver Quill, but this is... this obviously works better with Lorehold. We have a Procrastinate. I really like this card, and it works really well in Prismari. So yes, please. We have an Ancestral Anger. Another one. I'm not actually as in love with this one, but it is a sorcery in our colors in a spells deck. So it can absolutely get in. And then if we feel like we have too many instants and sorceries, which I feel like is not maybe a thing, then maybe we wouldn't play it. But also be aware that we care about how many of them we have. So if we open more of them, we'll try to be aware of that. We have a Studious First Year. Good card, not for this kit, but good card. We have, a second Elemental Mascot. I did say I wanted more of them. That is really good. Again, can be quite annoying for a second one of those. A Topiary Lecturer is our first uncommon. Not bad. I love that art a lot. Killian's Confidence again. Okay, as our second. And Flow State as the third. This obviously works very well in this kit. Very, very nice. Which means our next card could be an uncommon, could be a rare mythic. It is an uncommon again in Garrison Excavator. So again, cares about cares to be in Lorehold and is better for Lorehold than for Prismari. But if you really feel like you need a creature, it's a 4-mana 3/4 with Menace. So, it's debatable, but it would probably be a 23rd at best in my opinion. Now, our rare mythic is a Slumbering Trudge, not for this deck, and it really doesn't pull me into saying, oh, I gotta play green. I mean, to be fair, if I was looking for a reason to play green. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Our Mystical Archive card is a Royal Treatment. Interesting. I had this during the stream, and it's a very cool card. It really is. But we're not going to be able to use it in this one, unfortunately. Behind it, though, our foil is a foil Ancestral Anger. So I talked about seeing how many we get, and we got 2 in the first non-seeded pack. So that's kind of interesting. We'll keep track. That's 2. We also have a foil Plains. So all of the lands, or the land slots, we can get a regular land, a regular basic, a full art basic, or one of the common duels, as you've seen, and then any of them could be foil or non-foil. We have another counter card there as well. We have another Prismari pack. Let's see. It has for us a Rearing Embermare. You know what? It's got reach and haste. It's 5 mana, but it is not a spell. And I feel like our 5+ slots are going to be taken up hopefully by instants and sorceries. But, we can obviously look back through, and if we find that we don't have enough, we could put this in. We have a Burrog Barrage again. We have a Cheerful Osteomancer again. A Johnny's Response. Interesting. I like this card, obviously. Embrace the Paradox. I like this one, too. Shout out Quandrix. A Rancorous Archaic, our first Archaic, and so our first instance of Converge. Notably in Sealed, probably a lot easier to make Converge a thing than anywhere else, because it cares about giving you benefits for each color of mana spent to cast the thing that has Converge on it. So obviously you could have up to 5 colors into this thing, which would then make it a 7/7 trample reach, but still, I probably wouldn't put this in a any of the Archaics or the Converge cards in a 2-color deck. I would put it in a 3 or more color deck. And again, in Sealed, it's probably a little bit easier to do that, especially if you get a fair bit of fixing like we did in the last kit in Silverquill. But again, this is our first Converge card that we've seen. So we have a Growth Curve as our first uncommon. Again, I like the card, but not for this kit. We have an End of the Hunt as our second, and a Flow State as the third. Second Flow State, and our first uncommon in this kit that actually is in our colors. So not bad. I would play both for sure. Behind it, our next card is another uncommon in Startled Relic Sloth. And our rare or mythic, come on, you got to pick it up. I feel like we haven't gotten a lot of good Prismari stuff in this pack. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Ask and ye shall receive a rare Prismari card in Splatter Technique. This is actually a really good card. That's really awesome. Okay, cool. I asked, and I got what I asked for, which means our Mystical Archive card is... it's another blue card in Sleight of Hand. Amazing. And it's a sorcery, too. Incredible. Thank you. The end of this pack was very nice to me. Very, very nice. Behind Sleight of Hand, our foil. Oh, my God. Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's Visionary's Dance is a foil common 7-mana Prismari card. This is a very good one, too, by the way. Very, very good. Again, go watch our stream and watch me play Prismari and see me copy this multiple times and make 8 3/3s. It was kind of busted. But anyway, very cool card. Happy to have it, especially in the Prismari kit. We have another Plains and an Elemental / treasure token. And actually, it's good that we got this Elemental because we could make a lot of them now. Our third Prismari pack in a row. Spoilers, it is the last Prismari pack in this kit. But hopefully it's not the last pack with Prismari cards in it like the last one, right? Seize the spoils. So here's our first Seize the Spoils. We have Hungry Graphalon, the, I think, first giraffe in Magic the Gathering. So there's that. We have a Sneering Shade Rider. We didn't get one of these in Prismari, although, or not Prismari, Silverquill. But actually, I mean, it's probably better in Witherbloom. We have an Elite Interceptor. This is a very good one and also would be a good one in Silverquill. We didn't get that either. A Chase Inspiration, yes please, +0/+3 and hexproof, and it's an instant in blue, like for 1 mana. Absolutely incredible card. Absolutely incredible. Gets in, no question. We have Imperious Ink Mage again. You saw it there a little bit, but we have Tester of the Tangential. So does want to be in Quandrix more, right? It's got the symbol there and everything. But at the beginning of combat, you can pay X to move counters. I don't know. This is a fine card. Again, I talked about it. Like, if you need a 2-drop and you need a creature, you can put it in, but I wouldn't like auto-include this in a Prismari deck. It's much more a Quandrix interested card. But Increment does help. I mean, you're casting big spells, right? Splatter Technique alone is 5 mana, so it triggers all your Opus and things like that. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you would put this guy in. But that's our first uncommon and a good one. We have Abigail Poet Laureate again. That's cool. And there we go, Impractical Joke as our third, which means this is a sorcery in our colors. I would absolutely play it. It gets in. Really, really nice. And it's a solid damage dealing spell. Our rare or mythic, yes, is another Aziza Mage Tower Captain. We haven't really discussed the possibility of splashing in this kit as much, and I still don't think that Aziza pulls me there, but still, Aziza Mage Tower Captain again. Behind Aziza, our Mystical Archive? No, there's another. Oh my goodness. Okay. These kits are great, man. These kits are so good. This is the Paradigm, but actually in our colors this time. Right? I mean, obviously it would be cool if we got both in our color paradigms, but so far in this kit, this is an in-color paradigm. 6 mana lesson. You can make a copy or a token that's a copy of a creature, and paradigm, this happens every turn. Every turn after you cast it. Incredible, this card. Yes, and it's 6 mana, so it triggers your bigger Opus stuff every single turn. Right? Every turn that you cast it, it's 6 mana. Incredible. Yes, please. That is so wonderful. Speaking of Mystical Archive, I mentioned earlier, but our Mystical Archive is Duty Beyond Death. Doesn't work for this one, but still a really cool card. That art is awesome. And our foil is a foil Dig Site Inventory, which is a very good card. Not for this kit, but a very good card. Okay. We have a Fields of Strife. Again, if we wanted to try to splash, we could. It's kind of the same argument with part red, and then you're just splashing the white with this, but I don't see the need yet. And we have another of the token or counter tokens. We have a Quandrix pack, which has within it a Rapier Wit. Very nice. Again, not for this kit, but a cool card. Another Landscape Painter. Yes, please. I would play that. A Strife Scholar. I feel like we opened one of these earlier. Am I dumb? I don't know. But maybe it was in the first kit, and that's why I wasn't thinking too much of it. But this card's great, and it, again, comes with a sorcery. It enters prepared, right? So later on, for 6 mana, you make 2 2/2s that is a sorcery, so you get your benefits for Opus. It's over 5, so you get your boosted benefits for Opus. And so even though it makes spirits, which means that it's probably leaning more towards Lorehold, it works really well with Prismari as well. And it's Ward Pay 2 Life, like, it's a pretty cool card. We have an Efflorescence, a Melancholic Poet again, an Inkling Mascot again, a Page Loose Leaf. This is another card that like cares about you having other copies of this card. We haven't really seen any more of those anger cards, whatever that was called. But also, I probably wouldn't look too hard for another one of these, to be honest with you. We have a Silver Quill Charm again as our first uncommon. We have a Matter Bending Mage as our second. This one's good, again, in our colors now. It does specify when you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, and so, again, leaning towards Quandrix, because Quandrix is the college that has X spells, or wants you to have X spells. But to be fair, if you happen to have any, you can put this in, why not? And then an Eternal Student as well, which means our next rare or mythic is a Postmortem Professor. Very good card, but not for this kit, obviously, and unfortunately. Our Mystical Archive, I was going to say our foil, but our Mystical Archive card is Knockout Maneuver. This art is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal and gorgeous, but not a good card for this kit. And our foil is another Rancorous Archaic, this one in foil. Still probably not playing it, but it actually looks pretty good in foil, I won't lie. We have a Forum of Amity, not a helpful splash in this, or not helpful to splash in this kit, but still, and a Fractal / Pest token. We only have one pack to go in this kit. I will say, very good. Very good kit. 2 mythics again, 1 foil, 1 non-foil, just like the last kit. But one of the mythics was on color this time. So, you know, there's that. All right, our last pack, though, starts out with a Rubble Rouser. Again, card that definitely cares more about Lorehold, but could be used in Prismari, why not? We have a Wild Hypothesis. This card is incredible for Quandrix. A Last Gasp again, damn, two of that good removal spell. An Ascendant Dust Speaker again. A Procrastinate again, yes please. So duplicating what we saw in the first pack so far of the commons in this order, but still, I mean, I'm happy with the Procrastinate for sure. Another Pest Mascot. A Potioner's Trove again, if we wanted to splash, but probably not. A Blazing Fire Singer. This is super helpful. The fact that you can pay 3 mana to get 5 mana in yeah, I'm trying to think of the college. That's the word I was looking for. In a college that cares about you casting 5+ mana spells, this is really, really nice and helpful. So I like that quite a bit. We have Daydream as our second uncommon. By the way, if it's unclear, the Blazing Fire Singer gets in. We have Daydream. And behind it, ooh, Fractal Anomaly. Very nice. Okay, yeah, I mean, look, you know, it cares about the number of cards you've drawn this turn. You could have card draw in blue-red spells, right? So why not? I would check my card draw first, and then I would put this in. I sure do have a splatter technique, but that does feel a little bit Magical Christmas Landy, but still, just saying. And so behind it, our next card, can you, come on, okay, is a rare in Ambitious Augmenter. This is actually, again, a really cool card for Quandrix, so not really for us, but still, a cool card nonetheless. Behind it, we have our Mystical Archive in Feed the Swarm. Not bad, not bad. And our foil is a foil green uncommon in Emil, Vastlands Roamer, which is gorgeous. I like that foil a lot, very pretty. We have a Forest and an Elemental / Treasure token. Okay, I mean, hey, Kit 2, again, did not disappoint. I, again, would definitely be playing Prismari. I don't think I would splash. I don't see the need. But again, if you disagree, I want to know in the comments down below. We're going to move on to Witherbloom next. Shoutouts to Amy, my wife. If you've watched this channel before, you know her. If you haven't, you should come to our streams. We stream Magic the Gathering Arena every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel. And we play through whatever the newest limited set is. So this set comes out the Tuesday following this video coming out. So Monday, when we're live again, we will not be playing it because it won't be out yet. But that's okay. We'll be playing some Powered Cube, and we'd love to have you join us. It says, the cycle of life is eternal, but your place in it is brief. That sounds like either a threat or like, you know, live every day to its fullest kind of a thing. I don't know how I want to take it, to be honest with you. But here you go. Okay. And so, this is the box. This is the art inside the box. Can you see it? Not exactly, but that's the best I can do, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Here is, ooh, I actually really like that. I have to say the Silver Quill die, very disappointing in my opinion. This Witherbloom die looks really cool though. And the Prismari is like halfway in between. That's my personal opinion. All right, we'll leave these on the side. Okay. We saw the picture on the inside, so we don't have to go over these two things. We'll move that out of the way. And we have our packs. Move those over. And our promo pack, or our seeded pack with our promo in it, I should say, doesn't want to open. There we go. And it is. Our promo foil rare is an applied geometry, which is very cool looking and very pretty, but it sure isn't Witherbloom. Again, notably, if we needed to or wanted to, we could splash blue because we are black-green, so it is halfway there. But applied geometry is our promo. Our rare in our colors is a very good one, Engrave Researcher. I like that quite a bit. I got to use this one during the stream as well, and it is quite nice to reanimate stuff out of your opponent's graveyard. Quite nice. And Witherbloom, yeah, I mean, like, wanting stuff in the graveyard, good stuff. We have a Witherbloom Charm, of course. We have Essence Knit Scholar. Not bad at all. And it cares about creatures dying, which puts things into your graveyard, which fuels the researcher, like, all good stuff all around. We have a Teacher's Pest. I mentioned how good this card is. Play it early. It's got Menace. It attacks. You gain life. It triggers all of your life gain matters abilities. We've got an Infirmary Healer that gives you Stream of Life, which is a very cool spell that I was saying I think is from Invasion, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong from when that spell was originally printed. Pest Mascot is an incredible card. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on it, like, combined with that Teacher's Pest with Menace, like, you play the Teacher's Pest on 2, this on 3, attack with the Pest immediately, gain life, put a counter on this, already it's a 3/4, like... and honestly, that's not even Magical Christmas Land. I've done it, so it's very, very good. We have Bogwater Lumerette, another really good way to gain life. Whenever this or another creature enters, you gain a life. Like with the Pest Mascot on the field, every creature you play makes your Pest Mascot bigger. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible card. Cheerful Osteomancer, okay. Again, we talked about this one earlier. I'm not in love with this. It's fine. And I would, like... cut it as, like, you know, top of my list of cuts if I had to, but if I needed a card, it's perfectly serviceable. We have a Noxious Newt. This card is incredible. 2 mana, 1/2, Death Touch, and taps for mana. It gets in, no question. Absolutely incredible card. Efflorescence, yes please. This is Infusion, so that's I wasn't remembering the name of the ability, but Infusion is the name of the ability. If you gained life this turn, X happens, and so this is an instant. Sometimes it's on a creature that says, like, at the end of your turn if you gained life or whatever, but so here you go. You would get to put 2 counters on something at instant speed, and it would also gain Trample and Indestructible if you gained life, so, like, if you attacked with that 1/1 Menace, Pest, you gain a life, and then if during combat they block, you play this, you put counters on stuff, it gets trampled and indestructible, like, really, really cool. And this is a common, so very easy to pull that off. We have a Shopkeeper's Bane. I talked about making this guy bigger. When he attacks, you gain life, so kind of same argument as before. Really, really nice. We have a Last Gasp. Yes, please. I wanted it in Silver Quill, but I'll settle for it here. Removal is important, even if you're not, like, getting benefits for targeting stuff. You get benefits because your opponent's things die. So, very good removal spell. Happy to have it. The colors on this are insane. We have a Wander Off, another good removal spell, and the first one that we've seen, even though it's a common 4 mana exile target creature at instant speed. Like I said, first one we've seen today, and an incredible card, gets in, no question. Titan's Grave as the land. Also, I mentioned it during the big video, but nobody's talked about it yet, at least at the time of me recording this. But if you watched Titan's Grave Ashes of Volcana back in the day, leave it in the comments, because that's what I think of every time I see this card, and I see it often. And a counter card. Sorry, the 2 counter cards. My bad. Okay, this one is a triple Prismari again, which is interesting. It's interesting as well. The packs in the play boosters in the play booster boxes are Prismari, Quandrix, and Witherbloom. The collector boosters are Silver Quill, and Lorehold can get effed, I guess. I don't know. Like, that's just, they just don't have Lorehold represented on packs in any capacity. But anyway, fine, whatever. Speaking of Lorehold, here's Zealous Lorecaster. We have another Noxious Newt gets in. Second one gets in, no question. Third one probably does too. Burrog Banemaker, 100% gets in. More 1 mana and 2 mana Death Touchers. Incredible. That's an amazing start to this open. Rapier Wit, good one. Landscape Painter, nice. Obviously not usable in this kit, but still. Pursue the Past. Gorgeous art on this card. Absolutely gorgeous. Grapple with death, more destroy target artifact or creature, and you gain a life, triggering all your infusion, getting +1/+1 counters on your pest mascot, etc. Gets in, no question. Incredible card. Group Project. There are a lot of cards in this set, I like it a lot, that like reference just like aspects of school, which I think is very clever. I'm surprised they didn't do it the first time, but I'm happy that they did it this time. And maybe they did do it the first time and I'm not remembering, so let me know in the comments what your favorite card, if there are any, that reference school from the first Strixhaven set is, or school-type things. But Group Project, very, very good. And our first uncommon, Cuboid Colony, hell yeah, again, shout-outs to Amy. She loves her some bees. And Arnin, Death Bloom Botanist. It literally has the watermark for Witherbloom on it, so it gets in. It's an incredible card. Whenever a creature you control with power or toughness 1 or less dies, so any of the pests that you make, target opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. So again, first of all, you're making them lose 2 life, but also your life gain, so you're getting all the benefits for life gain. Absolutely incredible card. Absolutely incredible. And so our next card is our rare, and it's on color, in Vicious Rivalry. It lets you pay X life and destroy all artifacts and creatures with mana value X or less. And sometimes paying life is like not a great thing, but to be honest, you're doing it in a life gain deck, so like you should be gaining a bunch of life, so it shouldn't matter how much life you pay, within reason, of course. But to be fair, you're targeting things with mana value, and like you're not going to have high mana value stuff, like too high, I think, maybe 7 max or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, Vicious Rivalry, very nice open in our colors. Our Mystical Archive card is a braid. This art is phenomenal. The card is very good. Obviously not for this kit, but a wonderful, wonderful card, and I'm super happy to have opened it. Obviously, I have a bunch of original braids, but still, really nice to have it in this art too. My God. Our foil is a foil Hydro Channeler common. Okay. Gorgeous foil. Not for our kit, but gorgeous foil. We have a Forum of Amity, so if we need to or want to splash white, we can do that for Lorehold or Silverquill. We could do that with Forum of Amity. We have an Inkling / Spirit as well. Like I said, multiple Prismari packs for this one. Starts the same way the other one did, with 3 Prismaris in a row. Oh my God, a third Noxious Newt. Did I say gets in? Gets in. Incredible. Another Burrog Maidmaker gets in. Incredible. Rapier Wit. A Landscape Painter. I'm sensing a theme. We have an Elemental Mascot. Okay, that's unique for this pack. I mean, we've gotten one otherwise today, but in a different kit. So, but Elemental Mascot. Another Page Loose Leaf, but that was from a different kit. So this is our first one for this kit, but also, like I said, I kind of don't care. We have a Snooping Page. We did not get one of these in Silverquill, and it's a really, I don't think, and it's a really good card. I really like it. That's our first uncommon, so obviously not for this kit, but cool. Homesickness, also a good card, and as our second. And Garrison Excavator is the third. Nothing beneficial for Witherbloom yet in this whole pack. I mean, maybe I'm like forgetting something. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. Right at the beginning, we had the two Death Touchers, right? So sorry, those are pretty good. I won't lie. But our next card is, there we go, an Essence Knit Scholar as the 4th uncommon, and it gets in. Great card. And then our next rare or mythic is a Shattered Sanctum. Again, if we wanted to splash, not a bad way to do it. Not a bad way to do it. I don't see a need to splash yet, but you know, it's here. So we can be aware of that. And it's a rare land. I usually say I don't like opening rare lands in pre-release kits because you run into this issue, right? Where it's like close, but not exactly. But if we end up wanting to splash or needing to splash, it's pretty good. But anyway, our Mystical Archive card is a blue card in Spell Pierce. Okay, again, not for this kit, but I mean, absolutely beautiful art, obviously. Look at that, it's insane. Behind it, our foil is a foil red card in Archaic's Agony, more Converge stuff, and it's an uncommon, and it's very pretty in foil, actually. Very pretty. Our land, come on now, is another Spectacle Summit, but not helpful for this kit. It would have been helpful in the last one. We have an Elemental / Treasure. We're halfway through, and we have our 3rd Prismari pack in a row. I feel like, Okay, I mean, we're only halfway through. I just feel like this one is not as impactful as the others yet. We will see if I feel that way at the end. We have an Expressive Fire Dancer, a Follow the Lumerettes. Okay, I mean, this gets in. It's got Infusion as well, but it's just good filtering, right? We've got Wander Off. Very, very nice as another removal spell. Gets in. A Dig Site Inventory, Hydro Channeler, an Elemental Mascot. Again, damn, 2 of those, huh? An End of the Hunt. Sure, why not? That's good in our first uncommon. A Harsh Annotation, and a Rapturous Moment. We haven't seen one of these yet. Very good, very, very good for Prismari. Very, very good. Again, go check out our Prismari Sealed that we played during the streamer event. This card worked very well for us, I will say that. Behind it, our next card is a rare in Steal the Show, a red rare. Interesting. I feel like, based on how many cards it feels like are left in this pack, that there is another rare or mythic in here. So, our next rare or mythic is... I was right, and it is a mythic. I said that it wasn't splashy enough yet, or bomby enough yet, and I was rewarded with the Emeritus of Conflict. We have the Emeritus with Lightning Bolt stapled to it, which is really nice. Obviously not for this kit, but still a cool card nonetheless. Again, there are options to splash red. Maybe you think that this is a reason to do that, and you can let me know in the comments, but it does say whenever you cast your 3rd spell each turn, it becomes prepared, so just be aware. You'd have to be able to, at least once, cast your 3rd spell each turn to be able to get Lightning Bolt, or in one turn to be able to get Lightning Bolt, and then, of course, as we talked about during the streamer event itself, the Lightning Bolt then, in the future, can count as one of your 3 spells, so just be aware of that. But still, a little bit difficult to do, in my opinion. We have, behind our Mythic, a Giant Growth. Okay, not bad. In Witherbloom, I would play that. Sure. Mystical Archive. And a foil uncommon green card in Chelonian Tackle. This card's fine. I mean, +0, +10, right? That's something. I would play it, you know? It fights, so it's a removal spell as well. Yeah, I would play it for sure. That's a good one. And then we have an island, regular island, and a Fractal/Pest token. All right, 2 more to go. Quandrix. I was about to say Witherbloom. That's the last one. This is Quandrix, which is the second to last one. And oh my god! Tell me there's the 1/1 black Death Toucher behind it. Ready? 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 Yeah! We're gonna be so annoying if we had this kid. So annoying. That's hilarious. Another Rapier Wit. Another Landscape Painter. This is where it changes. A Strife Scholar. Okay, okay. A Pest Mascot. Very nice. Having 2 of these? Come on. So good. Zimone's Experiment. What's up, girl? It is our first uncommon. It's in our colors, and it cares about... I mean, it just gets you creatures and or lands. Like, even though Zimone is a Quandrix, does not matter. This is really, really nice. I would do that for sure. We then have a Kirill History Buff as our second uncommon. Not for this kit, but a cool card nonetheless. And a Micah, Reader of Ruins, as the third, which means our next card is another uncommon in Forum Necroscribe. Now, this is a really good card for Silverquill, but notably, it's mono black, and it only cares about you casting instants or sorceries that target a creature, and you know we have those. So, Forum Necroscribe gets in. This is a great, great card. But that means our next rare or mythic is a Pensive Professor. Not for this kit, but it's our second one that we've opened today. Behind it, our Mystical Archive is another Spell Pierce. Okay, okay. Behind it, our foil is another Ancestral Anger. Okay, so we didn't see any more in Prismari, but now we have a third one and a second foil one, if I recall. So there you go. We have a Forum of Amity, again, and a Fractal/Pest. One more pack to go in Witherbloom. Again, Emeritus of Conflict is cool, I will say. First kit so far without 2 mythics. Of course, we will wait and see. And actually, we start a lot better off than with the 1/2 Death Toucher for 2 that taps for mana with Wander Off. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy about all of it. We have an Honor-Bound Page. Good card. Not for this kit. Hydro Channeler. A Rearing Embermare. Burrog Barrage. Gets in. Pursue the Past. Again. Grapple with Death again. Definitely gets in. Great card. Vibrant Outburst. I love this art a lot. It's really cool. I mean, obviously, we talked about how good of a card it is, period. That's our first uncommon. Our second is Emil, Vastlands Roamer. It does want to be in Quandrix. It says creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have trample, and you can make fractals, but it cares about differently named lands. I don't know if I would put this in. I guess we would check and see, but I don't know that I wouldn't be playing many differently named lands, so it would just be 5 mana to make a 2/2, and that doesn't feel great. So I don't know about this guy. And an Ennis, Debate Moderator. This is a cool card, again, not for this kit, but which means our next card is another Pensive Professor out of the same kit, huh? And not on color. That's a little unfortunate. Maybe it's like wanting us to splash for Quandrix, but I really don't want to. Plus, this is double blue. Like, no thank you. Our Mystical Archive looks like another blue card. It's a stock up, though, which is a very good one, I won't lie. But still, not for this kit, unfortunately. Behind stock up, our foil is a Diary of Dreams. Cares about instants and sorceries. You put page counters on it. You draw cards. I mean, I don't know. If I need a 23rd, maybe it gets in. I don't know how many instants and sorceries we have versus creatures, but, you know, drawing cards is always nice. We have a Paradox Gardens if we wanted to. I was talking about splashing Quandrix, or for Quandrix, but still, I'm not so sure. And a Fractal/Pest token. I feel like of the 3 kits that we've opened, this was the least powerful in terms of the deck itself that we would make, but also in terms of like the rares and mythics that we opened, like the one less mythic and stuff like that. So interesting. But that means that next we are on to Lorehold. I'm not going to stop. There's no reason to stop. Hey, while I'm showing off this box, everybody, please don't forget that linked in the description down below, or be aware that linked in the description down below beneath Champion's website link, which you should go check out. And shout outs to Champion. Thank them so much. I want to thank them so much for having me here today. History teaches chaos, but counsels order. Very nice. But I want to remind you that we also have other links, like to our other 2 channels, Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All. So you can go check those out. Whoops, I bumped the camera. My bad. Apologies. We also have our... oh, ew. Ew, this looks so gross. This die is disgusting. I hate it. Ew. Thanks, I hate it. It looks like... oh, God, I don't want to say what it looks like. Anyway, no thank you. Anyway, check the links in the description down below, everybody. God damn it, that's disgusting. You can see our other 2 channels, Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All. You can see our links to our Discord, our community Discord. We'd love to have you join us there. You can check out our Instagram accounts for Geek for All and Gluten Free for All. And if you have the means and you're interested in doing so, we'd really appreciate it if you would consider supporting us on Patreon. Thank you so much. Our promo foil rare is Jadzi, Steward of Fate. And I have to say, so far, every single kit that we have opened, our foil promo has not been in our colors. Just throwing that out there. Quandrix, you're our last hope. But anyway, Jadzi, Steward of Fate. Cool card, not for this pool, though. Our rare for Lorehold is Practiced Offense. Interesting. I like this one, and it's got flashback, right? So it's considered something leaving your graveyard, which is what Lorehold wants to be doing, is putting stuff in your graveyard and then having things leave your graveyard. And flashback is a great way to do that. And this is a really good card. Lorehold Charm, yes, please. Good one. I mean, obviously, we know that we're going to get the Charm. We also have the gold uncommon in Kirill, History Buff, which is very nice. Good card. Molten Note, absolutely good. Removal spell. We have a Garrison Excavator. We saw this one earlier a couple of times, and it's good. You get a 2/2 Spirit every time 1 or more cards leaves your graveyard, and this is a 3/4 menace for 4. Absolutely. Great card. Here is the mascot for Lorehold in Spirit Mascot. Put a +1/+1 counter on it whenever you do the thing. Dig Site Inventory, very nice. Good pump spell, or +1/+1 counter spell. Gives the thing vigilance and has flashback, so again, more of that benefit. We have Stone Docent, so again, another thing, exiled from your graveyard, etc. We have an Ascendant Dust Speaker. So again, we're seeing a lot of the cards that we've talked about, like, well, it's good for Lorehold, stuff like that. And now we're actually getting it in the Lorehold kit, which is kind of nice. Then we have Strife Scholar. Again, I was talking about still being able to play this. So that's something in the Prismari kit. But now we can just play it in Lorehold where it would be best. We have an Ancestral Anger. Again, something to note, because we now have one, and we could have more. It cares about how many of them are in our graveyard. So we would be aware of that if we were trying to play these, that if we had something where it was like exile a card from a graveyard and you wanted to get a benefit, don't exile these, because we need these. So Ancestral Anger the first. We have a Tome Blast, good removal spell. Flashback for 5 mana to deal 2 damage is a little rough, but if you're getting benefits for stuff leaving your graveyard, maybe it's worth it. Maybe. We have an Ajani's Response, absolutely incredible card, definitely gets in, just removal is important. A Fields of Strife, as we knew we would get the land, and the 2 counter cards. Again, triple Prismari, followed by Quandrix, followed by Witherbloom. Again, I'm sensing a theme, but you'll see it as we go along. And actually, you may have seen it as I kind of dropped the packs in frame there. Essence Scatter, our first Essence Scatter of the video, and not in the right kit. We have an Unsubtle Mockery. Yes, please. Removal spell, very nice. It lets you surveil, so you can put something into your graveyard if you need it, if there's something on top that like you want in your graveyard. Because again, Lorehold cares about beneficial stuff in your graveyard, etc. We have a Glorious Decay. Okay, I mean, again, not in this kit, but this is a card that like is supposed to be trying to help you in best of one on Arena so that you don't have to worry about like playing it as a sideboard card. But if you're playing in a pre-release, you're getting a sideboard. So, or you're getting 2 sideboard, I should say. So pretty good card for that purpose, but not in this kit. We have a Sneering Shade Rider, an Eager Glyph Mage, a Mage Tower Referee, our first one of these that we've seen. This is a cool card, although you got to note how many multicolored spells you have, because without a good number of them, it's not going to be that good of a card. But with a good number of them, I would put this guy in for sure. It's cool. We have an Abstract Paint Mage. Again, not for this kit, and like you could cast this for double red splash blue, but like you'd then be adding blue red to only cast instants and sorceries. It'd be a little tough. A little tough to justify. We have a Quillblade Laureate. This is a cool one, not for this. Oh, actually, no, it would be for this kit. Silly me. I'm trying to remember what colors we're playing. Yeah, it absolutely should come into play. Notably, the this is better for Silver Quill, but still a cool card nonetheless. Just does really good things. You can give something else double strike, and this also has double strike. Like, just really good stuff all around. That's our second uncommon, excuse me. And then our third is Additive Evolution. I love this art a lot. My God, it's cool looking. Which means our next card is a Choreographed Sparks Rare, which is in our colors. Very, very nice. It copies instants or sorceries. It copies creatures. Really cool. And it itself can't be copied because Prismari wants to be doing that. So again, this kind of leans more towards Prismari, but if you're copying a pretty serviceable creature or an instant or sorcery spell that like works really well with Lorehold in general, you get benefits for it. So that's totally fine with me. I'll take it, and it definitely gets in. Our second rare, damn, is Splatter Technique. Okay, I mean, splashing double blue would be kind of difficult, but notably it does share red, but still. Cool card, not for this kit necessarily. Our Mystical Archive card, though, is, a Return the Favor. Double red with Spree. So you can copy things again or change the text or the target of target spell or ability with a single target. That's not bad at all. For 3 mana, basically, or 4, you can do both or one of these things. Really, really nice card. It gets in, no question. Great. And the art, obviously, is phenomenal, if that needed to be said. And we have a foil uncommon Infirmary Healer. Not bad. And a foil land. We haven't gotten a foil land in a while. In Titan's Grave. Also, I'd like to point out, have I gotten 1 full art land in 4 kits or 3 full kits, and now the first pack of the 4th one? That's kind of crazy. And a Fractal/Pest token. Prismari pack. And we have a Cost of Brilliance. Not bad, not for this kit, but a cool card. Interjection, yes please. I mean, again, better than Silver Quill, but good here. +2/+2 and first strike for 1 mana. Absolutely incredible. Deluge Virtuoso. A Tackle Artist. Okay. Again, cares about Prismari more, but you know, if you need a good creature, a 4/3 trample for 4 is not bad. We have an Imperious Ink Mage, a Visionary's Dance again, a Soaring Stone Glider as our first uncommon, and yes, exile 2 cards from your graveyard or pay 2, so things will leave your graveyard. You get benefits for that if you get to do that. Really cool card for Lorehold. We have a Social Snub, okay, as our second uncommon. I mentioned during the streamer event, this card makes me sad. We then have a Quandrix Charm. Now this card makes me happy. Not in this pool, but you know, we'll see another one soon, I'm sure. The colors on this are phenomenal. It looks so good, man. So good. And a Dual Tactics. Yes, please. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's got flashback as well. 1 damage to something and it can't block. Like, maybe you get to kill something with it, and that would be really cool. You could play this post-combat when they've, like, blocked with something that you were okay with your creature going to the graveyard and theirs didn't, but has 1 damage left until it dies, and you just ping it, and then you can flash it back later or something. Really cool. All over, really cool card. And so our next card is a rare, Enjoined Researchers. I don't know that I am in love with this one, I won't lie. It's a 2 and a 2/2 with first strike, so in general that's fine. But like, the fact that you and your opponent each draw 3 cards for 3 mana, like, feels a little rough. Right, feels like it leans a lot more towards Commander, in my opinion, and somebody can correct me if they think I'm wrong, or if you feel differently, I should say. But yeah, I don't love this one in Limited. I won't lie. A 2/2 first strike for 2 is nice, I guess. Behind it, our Mystical Archive is a Locust Spray. Very interesting. I love the colors on this one. Absolutely love it. Our foil is a foil common black card in Sneering Shade Rider. Okay, we have a Forum of Amity if we wanted to splash black for any reason, and an Elemental / Treasure Token. The third and final Prismari pack, but we are now officially halfway through our Lorehold kit, and I have to say, not super impressed yet. Let's start with an Ascendant Dust Speaker, a Landscape Painter, a Tackle Artist again, I would put it in, but I'm not happy about it, a Tenured Concoctor, a Cost of Brilliance. It looks like we have what we want here, yes. Wilt in the Heat as a removal spell, very nice for Lorehold, very nice. We have a Biblioplex Tomekeeper that I kind of don't see myself playing in this one. We have a Scolding Administrator, good card, but not for us. Also, the ink on this is so dark. Like, I don't have the other one quickly enough to show you, but, like, this is so dark compared to the other one. Wow. The art, obviously. A Muse Seeker is our second uncommon, and a Thunderdrum Soloist is the third, which means our next card is a rare in Planar Engineering. I don't like this card for Limited. Obviously, for Constructed, much better, but, like, it's not really the thing. Like, it's not ramping you on turn 4. It's just not. Like, you want the deck that wants to be playing big spells is nowhere near green. Like, it's just, anyway, I just, like I said, I don't like this card. But our Mystical Archive card, I do like. It's another Return the Favor. Okay, sure, I would play 2. Why not? Really, really nice. They never suspect the second one after you play the first one. I'll tell you that much. And then our foil is, this is such a good card. Again, go watch our Quandrix playthrough. Is wonderful. Fractal Tender was MVP in that deck for sure. So many 3/3s, and this is gorgeous in foil. Absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Our land is just a mountain, and our token is an Elemental / Treasure. 2 packs to go. As I said, it is Quandrix, then Witherbloom, because we already had the 3 Prismari, and that's apparently how this just goes. We have another Tome Blast. Gets in. Good card. Very helpful. We have a Mindful Biomancer, an Ulna Alley Shopkeep. Cool, we haven't seen one of those yet. Shattered Acolyte, haven't seen one of these in a while. This is, again, kind of a good sideboard card, too, right? Like, if they have annoying artifacts or enchantments and you weren't playing this originally, it would get in, right? Like, I would absolutely take something out to put this in if it wasn't just inherently in the main 23. Whoops. We have a Quick Study, again. We have a Stadium Title Mage. Again, splashable, but probably not worth it. Diary of Dreams, cares about instants and sorceries being cast, we will have a number of those because we're doing like putting things into the graveyard to then flash them back. So there's that. We have a Cuboid Colony as our second uncommon. Good card, not for this kit. And a Forum Necroscribe as the third. Again, we talked about how cool this card is. Not for this kit. Which means our next card is a Colossus of the Blood Age, huh? Okay. High mana costed card for our colors, for our archetype. Yes, please. 3 damage to each opponent, you gain 3 life, and then when it dies, we can discard cards and draw that many cards +1. Really cool. And it's a 6 mana 6/6. Great. I'm happy with this one. Our rare or mythic is... Whoa, okay. Okay, this kit is showing up a little bit. I like it. Suspend Aggression. Amazing. Exile something and the top card of your library. For each of those cards, its owner may play it until the end of their next turn. Interesting. Okay, well, here is Suspend Aggression. That's fun. At instant speed. And then as our rare, and so our Mystical Archive is another Spell Pierce. Damn, okay. That's a lot of Spell Pierces. And our foil is a Quill Blade Laureate again. I mean, it gets in, mainly because we don't have a lot, I feel like, but also because it's a cool card, and it looks gorgeous in foil. My God. Okay. We have a Full Art Plains. Thank you. You heard me. And a counter card. And last but not least, our last pack in Lorehold, and our second to last kit is... okay, we start with a Rubble Rouser. This one's good and wants to be in Lorehold, so thank you, finally. We have a Wild Hypothesis. All right, we're going to get to Quandrix soon. I know. We have an Adventurous Eater. The first one of these I think we've seen, right? Elite Interceptor. I would play this card. I would absolutely play this card. There's no reason not to, right? It's just a good creature. So I would play it. I think it gets in. We have a Chase Inspiration. Not bad at all. Another Stadium Title Mage. A lot of those. Another Pest Mascot. Damn. A Garrison Excavator gets in. Very nice. And our first uncommon. We have an Essence Knit Scholar as our second. And a Foolish Fate as the third. This is a good card. And the first one of these that we've seen as well tonight. But, you know, obviously not for this kit, but a cool card. And so our next card is a Molten Core Maestro Rare. Clearly, as we saw, wants to be in Prismari, but it's a rare 2/2 Menace for 2 in our colors. I mean, I would probably play it. It gets a +1/+1 counter for every instant or sorcery. And then if 5 or more mana was spent, you also add mana to like then be able to play more stuff, I guess. But still, a cool card. It gets in for sure. Our Mystical Archive is Knockout Maneuver. Okay, yeah, wonderful. And an Adventurous Eater is a foil common. Okay, very nice. Ooh, and a foil full art land in a forest. Very nice. Okay, I'm a big fan of that. And an Elemental / Treasure Token. We have one more kit to go, everybody. Just one more. I will say, like I said, Lorehold, the least interesting of all of them so far, I won't lie. But, and that kind of was always going to be my opinion, I feel like. But hey, guess what? We saved the best for last, and I don't know what's inside of it, but I know that it's the best college. It is Quandrix. Study theory, but shape reality. We should show off the box. I forgot. Sorry, my bad. Okay. There's Tam. Gotta love her. Okay. On the inside, it's just more fractally art. Can you see that? Kind of. Not bad. Just knocking a bunch of stuff over at this point. But the Quandrix die feels like it's just any green die that we've seen in the past or blue die that we've seen in the past. It's not that interesting, but it's definitely not as nauseating as the Lorehold one. I'll give you that. So let's go ahead and move all this stuff. Go like this. Move those over. Move this over. And our seeded promo pack has... Our promo foil rare is a Choreographed Sparks, and again, it's not a promo, but still, it's a foil rare. In Choreographed Sparks, it does not work in our colors in this kit, but it's here. We have a Planar Engineering as our rare, and I just said that I do not like this card, and so of course it's the one that I open in my Quandrix kit, but that's fine. It's not the one that I'm actually playing. But yeah, it's a cool art. I cannot deny how gorgeous this art is. But I'm very upset because I don't want this card as my rare. But okay. We have a Quandrix Charm. Very, very nice. I said I love it. The art is amazing. The colors are phenomenal. Really good. A Paradox Surveyor is pretty good. Again, you know, trying to filter the top cards and try to get an X spell. Pretty good. We have a Cuboid Colony. Yes, please. Great card. The fact that it's got Flash, it's got Flying Trample Increment, so it can get bigger and bigger as the colony grows, right? We have an Additive Evolution. Okay. Very good. High mana costed spell works well with Increment, because Increment, you want to be casting spells higher than the power or toughness of your cards. So the higher mana costs are better, right? Here's a 6-drop right here. And it's a 6 mana 6/6 trample, which is wonderful. We've got a Spellbook Seeker as well. Okay, sure. It enters prepared, and you can cast Careful Study, draw 2, discard 2. Why not? Why not? It's a 4 mana 3/3 flyer. So again, higher costed. Not bad, not bad. We have a Quick Study. Yes, please. Draw 2 cards for 3 mana. Very nice. Wild Hypothesis. This card is phenomenal for Quandrix. It's an X spell, so we love that. For increment stuff, but also just in general, we just saw that other uncommon that said get an X spell out of the top however many cards. If you watch us go play the Quandrix Sealed that we did during the streamer event, you'll see that this card, in general, Wild Hypothesis, was incredible for us. So really happy to have that. Hungry Graphalon, it's fine. I'm not in love with this one, I won't lie. But it does the thing. It's got increment, so I might play it, I might not. Terrafractal gets in. Incredible card. It's an X spell again, so we care about that, right? And it enters with X counters on it. When it enters, you gain life. Great, good stuff all around. We have a Run Behind to bounce something. Again, good removal. So there's that. Banishing Betrayal. Again, more bounce, more removal. It's good stuff. I like it. I like it. Paradox Gardens. We knew we would get the land, so there it is. And 2 of the counter cards, or token cards, or whatever. We have 3 Prismari. Again, it's the same order. It's the same order. So here we go. Prismari is here. We start with a Tenured Concoctor. It is, technically a Witherbloom card, but I mean, hey, you know what? Why not? It's got Infusion, but it's a 4/5 for 5 with Vigilance, that still, if they remove it, you may draw a card, so there's that. Again, could be a 23rd. I would at least consider it. We have Send in the Pest. Not bad, not bad. We have an Honor-Bound Page. A Textbook Tabulator with Increment. Very nice. Gets in. It's an 0/3, so like it's a decent blocker early on, although it's 3 mana to play it, so that's not great. But maybe we get some of the Newt that taps for green, and we can play it on turn... No, we'd still need to play it on turn 3. Anyway, we have a Zealous Lorecaster. Ooh, Embrace the Paradox in the Quandrix kit. Very nice. We have Render Speechless. Very good. I love this art a lot, man. And we haven't seen one of these yet. Again, would have been nice in Silverquill, but still, I'm not going to complain that much. In fact, I definitely won't complain because we get Growth Curve. Very good card. You care about +1/+1 counters in Quandrix, right? So putting a counter on something and then doubling counters on it, really, really nice. And a great first uncommon in this pack. End of the Hunt. And Flow State. Flow State gets in. Definitely gets in, no question. Which means our next card is... Ooh, very, very nice. Harmonized Trio Rare. Comes with Brainstorm, but you need to prepare, or make it prepared, which means you have to tap it and tap 2 untapped creatures you control, but you can do it at instant speed, so you can do it at the end of your opponent's turn or something like that, if you have stuff back on blocks or whatever. This is an incredible card. Absolutely incredible. I'm super happy to have it. Behind it, our Mystical Archive, yes, is Repel Calamity. Cool art. I love the art on this card. We opened so many blue Mystical Archive cards before this, and now that we're in blue, we didn't, but it's only the first pack, so I'm not going to complain. Behind it, our foil is, oh my god, this is wonderful. Foil Fractal Tender. I just talked about how when we played this deck, this card was our MVP, and so this is wonderful. That, the card that, like, what did I say? Puts the Growth Curve, puts the +1/+1 counter on it, and then doubles the number of counters on it. On this card is phenomenal. It's also got Increment, right? So there's that. But every time a +1/+1 counter goes on this, on the end of your each end step, you make a 3/3 fractal. Absolutely insane. This card's so good. And I'm super glad that we got it, especially a second foil one. Really nice. We have a regular mountain, gorgeous art, and we have an elemental / treasure token. Prismari again, as the second randomized pack, as opposed to a seeded pack. is Sneering Shade Rider to start. Elite Interceptor. Again, good card, not for this kit. Chase Inspiration, I would absolutely play. Absolutely play. Giving something hexproof to like save it from a removal spell or something, and or +0/+3, saving it from combat, really nice. Pest Mascot, I mean, a good card, not for us. Did I not just say the name of Rubble Rouser? I just like moved right past it, sorry. Wilt in the Heat. Lumarette's Favor. It's got Infusion. I don't love this card. It's 2 mana +2/+4, which is not bad, don't get me wrong. I'm not in love with it. If it gets in, it's like a 23rd. It's an uncommon, probably for a reason, but we don't have Infusion, so it's not as good as it could be. We don't easily have a way to trigger Infusion. Living History. Okay, as our next uncommon. This is a cool art. We haven't seen this card yet today. And an Arcane Omens. Haven't seen this one either, as the third, which means our next card is an uncommon in Sonar, Unfinished Genius. Okay, very cool. We didn't see this. Did we see this guy earlier? We didn't? I don't know. Anyway, we have Practiced Offense as our rare. Not for this kit, but we saw this card earlier on our Mystical Archive. Whoops. All right, well, that's cool. Is a rare in Empty the Warrens. Okay. Cool art on this one. Very cool art on this one. Okay. Nice. And then our foil, as you saw, I kind of snuck it on there, is Banishing Betrayal. This one gets in, no question. Great, great card. Super helpful. We have Fields of Strife, which is not a very helpful land for us here, and a Fractal, we need that, / Spirit Token. The third and final Prismari pack. And we are officially halfway through the final kit. That's cool. And we will start with Seize the Spoils. By the way, I hope you all are hearing all of the stuff that's going on in this store. The environment for this event is so cool, and they have like a Pokemon event going on. They have wargaming going on and stuff here too. So like you'll see around the store later as in our other video that we filmed today, and hopefully you got a chance to check it out already. And if you haven't, it's a short one. It will not take too much of your time investment, but you get to see all the cool stuff that people are opening, the vibes around the store. It's really, really awesome. So check it out. We have a Hungry Graphalon. Again, maybe the first one maybe gets in. The second one I doubt it even harder. We have a Sneering Shade Rider. Whoops. We have an Elite Interceptor, an Inkling Mascot. None of these are for us. Ah, there we go. A Fractal Mascot. I would play 2. There's 6 drops, so like maybe I wouldn't play more than 2, but they're cool cards. I would play 2 for sure. We have a Stand Up For Yourself. Good advice, everybody. Stand up for yourself. This is our first uncommon. We have Mind Roots as the second. Splashable, but and pretty decent too, but I'm not so sure. We have a Dual Tactics as our third uncommon, which means our next card is another Choreographed Sparks. We already got one of those in this kit. And also, did I mention the Choreographed Sparks as our foil? Means that none of our kits had promos on color. But that's okay, of all the things. But another Choreographed Sparks. Our Mystical Archive? No, we just have a... Oh my god. Okay, sure. My bad. It's Emeritus of Abundance, which is the green Mythic Emeritus, so it's on color. Phenomenal. And it comes with a regrowth when it enters prepared. That is amazing. Super happy to have that. And it gets in if that is even a question. Our Mystical Archive is a Repel Calamity again. Gorgeous. And our foil is another foil Rehearsed Debater. We got one of these earlier in a kit that it mattered, and now it doesn't, but it's still beautiful. So there's that. Titan's Grave could help us splash. Again, haven't seen a need to yet, but it's possible. And we have an Inkling / Spirit Token. 2 packs to go. The Quandrix pack in the Quandrix kit gives us, the only Quandrix pack in the Quandrix kit, gives us a Rehearsed Debater to start, a Spellbook Seeker again. Again, not super compelling, like it's in our colors, and it's a 4-mana 3/3 flyer, which is not bad, but it doesn't like do the thing as much, like it doesn't like trigger a lot of what Quandrix wants to be doing, but still, probably gets in. We have a Seize the Spoils, a Hungry Jesus, why? A Hungry Graphalon again. I guess, how many Hungry Graphalons is too many Hungry Graphalons? I would argue 1. But then we have a Sneering Shade Rider, another Page Loose Leaf. I think we've gotten 3 of them, but 1 in 3 different kits, right? Ennis Debate Moderator is our first uncommon. a Teacher's Pest, again, splashable, but again, you would want to play this early on. And a Vibrant Outburst. Not super helpful uncommons this time around. Although, we have one more card. It could be a rare mythic. It is another uncommon in Thorn Fist Striker. So again, it's got the Witherbloom watermark, but still absolutely gets in, I think. It's a 3-mana, 3/3 Ward 1. Just a good serviceable creature. And again, putting counters on this, even better. So, yeah, pretty good. Our rare or mythic in this one is... Ooh, a useful Jadzi, Steward of Fate. She gets in. She makes fractals. This is exactly what we want to be doing. Draw 2, discard 2. Great. Good stuff all around. Definitely gets in. Nice rare in our colors. Behind Jadzi, our Mystical Archive. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Okay, well, I spoiled that a little. But, hey, guess what? It's a Requisition raid. This art is cool. I like it. But also, let's go over here, everybody. Holy crap, dude. Another Emeritus in Emeritus of Woe. Is the white one the only one we didn't get? We didn't get the... Did we get the... we got the red one. In this kit, we got the green and the black. Oh, so we're missing the blue one as well, huh? Okay. Yeah, of course we're missing the Ancestral Recall one. That's fine. Everything's fine. But anyway, we got a foil mythic Emeritus of Woe with a demonic tutor stapled onto it. When it becomes prepared, it enters prepared. That's phenomenal. Holy crap. What an open. We have a Full Art Forest again and a Fractal / Spirit. And so our 6th and final pack from our 5th and final kit is a Witherbloom pack. This kit was phenomenal. Thank you, Quandrix. I love you so much. And it has for us an Owlin Historian, a Procrastinate. Not bad. Our first one in this kit. Right, we got some in Prismari, but I would definitely play it in this. Why not? A Zealous Lorecaster, an Oracle's Restoration. First one of these we've seen. Obviously, it cares about, like, it gives you life gain, so could be good in Witherbloom, but I would play it in this one too. Why not? We have a Pest Mascot. Okay. Another Biblioplex Tome Keeper. Quandrix Charm again. Hell yeah. 2 of these in one kit is very nice. We have a Dual Tactics as our second uncommon. And another Campus Composer. Again, it makes the elemental, so you would think it's like only good for, or that it's like leaning towards Prismari, but I would play this card. Why not? 4 mana, 3/4, Ward 2, and then later pay 5 mana to make a 3/3 flyer. Why not? Why the heck not? Which means our next card is a rare in Steal the Show. 2 Choreographed Sparks, an Empty the Warrens, and a Steal the Show as 4 red rares in this kit. But we still have 4 on-color rares / mythics for Quandrix, although one of them is Planar Engineering, so I'd rather not talk about it, but that's fine. Behind Steal the Show, our Mystical Archive? No, we have another rare... Jesus... Quandrix, I love you so much. A Decorum Dissertation as a mythic lesson with Paradigm. So we got 3 of the Paradigms. We got 3 of the Emerituses. Insane today. Insane. Okay, anyway. God damn, that's cool. And our Mystical Archive. Oh my god, this kit. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Vampiric Tutor. Yeah, so Decorum Dissertation, Emeritus of Woe, Vampiric Tutor, 3 black mythics in our Quandrix kit. Holy crap, dude. Incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. Super happy to have opened this kit. Thank you, Quandrix. I love you so much. I will also point out that our foil is behind it, and it looks like it's blue. It is, and it's gorgeous. Oh my god. It's a Deluge Virtuoso. Gorgeous foil. Hell yeah. What a good open. We have a Full Art Mountain. Look at that. And an Elemental / Treasure Token. I mean, what do I... Like, there are so many things. We just opened it, so it feels like confirmation bias, right, with this Emeritus, but, like, I guess it's supposed to be Delian Fell, right? Yeah, he's foil. We'll do that. Professor Delian Fell, he's like all over the art. He's on the Witherbloom packs themselves. So I will leave you looking at Professor Delian Fell. I'm super happy to have gotten him. We didn't get Raul Zarek, but I mean, hey, that's totally fine. I think our Silver Quill kit was actually really good. But, you know, there we go. All right, so hey, guess what, everybody? That is going to be the end of this particular video. Thank you all so very much for watching. Obviously, a huge shout out and thank you goes out to Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York, where I am filming this video. Again, I hope you have heard all of the hype and fun that's been going on around this store, around me, during this event. People have been genuinely having a blast. Hopefully you'll see the video that we filmed of other people opening stuff and what they got, and how the store looks and the vibes and etc. And hopefully you get to check out our other content that was made around this set. We did the streamer event sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, but more importantly, I opened 24 boxes from this set. 12 boxes of play boosters, 12 boxes of collector boosters. You only saw play boosters in this video. If you want to see collector boosters, there's a video for you to go watch for that. And that was also filmed here at Champion. And so again, if you want to check out Champion's website, if you're anywhere near the Poughkeepsie, New York area, the top link in the description down below will take you to Champion's website. Thank you to them so very much for having me here today, and for obviously that big video as well, although I thanked them in that one too. And if you come down to the store at a pre-release, come say hi. We're going to be here. We're always here, and we really appreciate them having us for all of these events. But if you're coming down not at a pre-release or at a pre-release, don't forget to let Champion know that Geek for All sent you. And so, for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe from here at Champion at the Secrets of Strixhaven pre-release. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.